Hi guys. Right. So weekly market review. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance first, because obviously, Bitcoin dominance is key for the altcoins to actually do well. So if you've got Bitcoin dominance falling, then it's good, it's gonna be good for the altcoins. So um let's start from maybe monthly chart, probably. Monthly chart would be good. So what we can see here is this is stochastic RSI. Um, Now this one is still ticking down. It's not at cycle low. Once it gets to the cycle lows like here, then you start looking for a potential reversal. So the moment it goes to cycle low, you start thinking, okay, hold on a minute, let's start looking for a reversal. So most of the time when this indicator gets into the lower, below here, somewhere here, below the line of 19, it's good to start looking for a reverse. Doesn't mean the reversal is here, but it's good to start looking. In the same way, when it gets to above 78, you also start looking for reversal, right? So what we can see is obviously it's been in the top band since the 1st of May, and it's been going up and up and up and up. And one thing is obviously the RSI will always also help you to know actually when it's the right time, right? So what you're seeing here is, okay, we've gone all the way to the top, had a rejection candle here. That's the rejection candle. And then normally when you get these big candles, you tend to get a kind of a pullback into the other side, which is what we've had here, this green candle. And then you can also see your MACD is also ticking down, ticking down. So that tells us that right from here to here, the energy is not there to go up. And this upward move is not in sync here to here. It's not in sync with this, right? Because all you can see is all the move to the up from here. MACD is going up and up and up and up. Price keeps going up and up. And then it changes from here, goes up. Then the next thing is you start taking down. So it's good to see that we've hit a peak. So we hit our peak here. Then we had a kind of like blow off. This is the blow off. And now we have a divergence here. So this is, this price was high, divergence here. So price goes high, divergence on RSI. We've got divergences on MACD. We are not at cycle low, or we were at cycle high. So of course there's a correction. Now this correction, I think, comes a bit more down. So, I think there's more correction here, in here for Bitcoin dominance. Um, so if you want a typical example, so you have like this one here, you have your kind of big red candle, and then off you go. But even after that, you had a bounce up first, right? And then here in 2019, on the Bitcoin dominance in 2019, which probably is probably the best example of what we're going through now. You hit a peak, you then have your red candle, then you kind of have a switch back, a kind of a switch back to confuse everybody, and then you continue the fall, right? And then you have another kind of small rise up, and then you continue the fall. Rise up, then you have a bigger fall. So, this thing here is going to have to fall, and the MACD will have to tick all the way to below zero. So, we have some more falling coming on this. This one, when it was ticking, by the time we got to zero, we're below this line here, which is the 21 EMA, right? So we have a lot of, ticking down to go, getting back here and potentially even below it, before we start potentially going up again on Bitcoin dominance. So on the monthly scale is looking good. On the weekly scale, It's exactly the same. So we hit a peak, and we've pulled back, and normally after three candles, you're gonna get some form of reaction. So we've done a bit of move to the upside. We have a lower high. And if I were to draw this, then you would say from here to there, to here, and now you have to come below the pivot. So we will have to come below here, and then that gives you like a level two drop, and then there'll be another bounce to the upside, and then we will probably have another small move to the downside, something like that, and then do some kind of skirmishes like that, here before we then start to go up again. So that's the sort of thing that I will be looking for on the dominance chart. Let's delete that. So more falling on the weekly chart. The daily chart is also the same, but what we've done on the daily chart is we've done kind of like, you know, from here, go up and then come back down. So you say this is one level drop. Um, this is two, and then you have your third level drop here. So there's four and five left. There's some more falling left on this, right? I think it comes all the way back to somewhere here, in between here and here. It will come below. It come in between here, and then we get a reaction. So like say, look at this here. It can stay. This is the RSI can stay all the way here. So it can stay down for a long time. We barely kind of just touched the ground, so it's going to stay here for a while, straight line, whilst RSI keeps ticking downwards. So I think there's more downside. These days I like to do a lot of stuff on 15 minutes, because you get a flavor a little bit early. So if you do my counting here on 15 minutes, so I've done a bit of a count here. So this is one drop. All this here is one drop, rise. And then you play around a little bit, and then this is point here. I mean, some might probably say, this is another drop, but for me, I don't. So if we just make this, so I put
Oh,
this
I
here, bro.
yes, yes, bro.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm just charging. I'm just spiked somewhere. I'm charging, but it's fine.
All right, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So
Am I
yeah, I
the
mean,
only one who just joined?
go on.
Am I the only one who just joined?
Yeah, you just joined. Yeah, no one has joined yet. Um,
Okay, all right, cool,
but
cool.
yeah, we're
I
gonna
see
crack
you
on.
recording. Just yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna crack on. Um, so yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, this is two, and there's a question mark. Do I count this as three? Yeah, because it's lower than that. So, and then you then have um a four here, somewhere there, that'll be a four. And you could say this is a five on 15 minutes because they are different levels. This is four, this is five, and therefore in 15 minutes we've done five uh Marshall. We've done five then drops. Um and now we are kind of trying to go up. So this is why I said, look, it probably will go up a little bit more first before continue to fall down. So dominance, although on a higher time frame, is going to fall some more. There's going to be a little bit of a buzz in terms of it coming up a little bit, and could come all the way up to here. I mean, this thing is moving down, so it could come up to the bottoms here. And here, if it gets rejected, it probably gets rejected some more and go down some more. But there's going to be a bounce, similar to when we had our first drop. We had a good bounce. Second drop, reasonable bounce. The third drop, reasonable. Fourth, not much. So, and then the fifth. So I'm expecting a bit more bounce on dominance, but not necessarily a correction. But I think a bounce, a little bit of a bounce on dominance, I think. Um, so, and that's why I kind of posted to you guys that, the coins might drop a little bit more because of this bounce in the dominance. Um, the SRSI is still not yet at a cycle high, which means there's potential for this to go up higher a bit more. And it will just slow the altcoins. That's all. It means Bitcoin is becoming more stronger. So that's dominance. I think dominance will continue to fall, but I think potentially rise up a little bit first before it continues to fall. Um, let's then look at total market cap. I think actually I'll do total 10 first because the others is better. So the others is like all coins which are not in the top 10 altcoins. And so these are probably the ones that we have, the renders, the chill guys, the goats and the tiers and the umes who are not in the top 10, right? So uh this chart, and again I like 15 minutes as I like these days I do a lot of stuff 15 minutes because you get a flavor a little bit quicker. Um so we've done some really good moves. If I just count it from the bottom here. So let's see here. I'm going to see. So we started from here around December. So it was 20th of December that this fall. If we go back, I'm just gonna use these lines to kind of draw the lines for the falls, right? So I can easily just assess them. Let's say that potentially that's another one there. Okay, and then let's go back up here and see what is going on. Yeah, so that's here too. And then let's see whether we can get one up. So that's a double top and that's the pivot. So here is probably one more as well. So yeah, I think, we had a count. So one, two, then you had your three. Normally the threes are very big. As you can see, the third is always the biggest impact. And then the three, then, we got our three there, we got our four, and we got our five. So after that, you're going to go up, right? So you can see we've been going up, and this is level one. So if you counting it, then that's your level one. Uh, no, I don't want to use that. Let's just use Pathfinder to help us here. So, damn it, go there. So from here to there is one level rise. You fall somewhere there. That's two, and then you fall here three, and now we are into our third. So, after three, you probably end up falling a bit, a little bit, maybe to somewhere here, maximum. And then you go into your fourth. So we're going to our fourth, we do a pullback, and then we'll go into a five. So there's more upside on those coins. There's more movement to the upside on those altcoins. So this is looking good in terms of a move to the upside. So there's more left in the tank on the others in terms of their market cap. So more movement on there. Let's come back to Bitcoin and have a look at Bitcoin because obviously Bitcoin is the master. So let's look at the master and see what the master is doing on 15 minutes. I um yeah, yesterday actually I had a chat with my big brother on this, and I was explaining to him that I expect Bitcoin to go up, and the reason being, if you look at the levels, so from this here, this 108 is where we've kind of pitched ourselves. Uh, no, sorry, here. Let's go back down here. So from the fall. And again, if we did a count on the fall, right? If we put a hopefully put a line there, put a line here, put a line there, put a line here. Okay. And let me see if I'm missing any of the counts. Oh yes, here. There's there's one. What's this? There's one here. And there's so one, two, three, four, and that's five. So one, two, three, four, and five. So we got our five counts. So once you do these five, then you're going to do five to the upside. So we've got currently, if I'm going to count this to the upside, then I would say, okay, this is one, this is two, this is three, this is four. So where's my fifth one? So I think that's what is coming here. So I mean, it all depends on it breaking, and actually we broke in the 200 moving average. So it is definitely going to go and do the fifth. It could well be that the fifth becomes a double top here at 98,941. And if that's the case, then we're going to fall five level drops from here as well. So we just have to monitor it when we get here and see whether actually do we get rejected or actually do we continue to kind of move on. And I'll extend this line a little bit more so that it cuts across these two tops here. And if it breaks this line and confirm on it, that's it. We're off. We're off to a new all-time high. So that's the sort of thing I'm looking for on Bitcoin is, I think there's one more rise to the upside left on it. So it would it would it would try and break this trend line. Let's see whether we can do it. If it can do it, I think on probabilities it does that. But you know, markets are not known for following what you want. It's just they do what they will do. But I think on probability wise, I think it does break it. So I'll be watching it to see if it does break it, because if it does, then and confirm we are off to a new move. So this is a 15-minute analysis, right? Let's bring it back to say the monthly and then look at what the lines have drawn. So you can see all these lines here. Um, one, two, three, four, five, all are kind of aligned here on that red candle. Um, and for me, I always say when I see that the MACD, this sort of candle is a reversal candle. A reversal candle, I see it as to go up more rather than go down. The same way like this, you know, it's to go up, not to continue going down. I see that as the kind of reverse of this. And especially when your MACD is also green, it tells me that the momentum is still to the upside, not to the downside. And yes, we do have there is some divergences here between this peak and that peak, but these divergences they can play for a long time, and you can have two or three more before anything really happens. So I wouldn't place much of a weighting on just the one. The one has played out, I think, and that's why you had your pullback. So if and the month is not ended, but if let's say January were to end like this picture, then you would say actually yes, this whole candle is being engulfed by this. It's going to go up some more, right? So, but it's not finished yet for the monthly perspective. But it's good that the SRSI is pointing up, normal RSI is pointing up, MACD is green, and we seem to having some bullish price action here. If we go to the weekly chart quickly, again, you can see that we have a divergence on here. So price is gone lower than this one, and the RSI is also gone higher than here. right? So there's a divergence on the weekly chart. And if Sunday closes like this, that's really positive because chances are we're going to go up some more. So it depends on today's close on the weekly chart, um, you know, and we go to the daily, and the daily is looking very, very good because you've got, which gives me more confidence. MACD is already above zero. The SRSI is now hitting a point where it's going to go sideways for a while. Volume is although the volume is tailing off, new volume can come in. So I wouldn't rule that out because we've got small volume for these two days. Um, so I think yes, I think it can go based on the daily chart. We don't have any engulfing candles yet on the daily chart. So this was the one that I was watching, but it looks like it's going to be a bullish candle after all. Hopefully by the end of close of today, it will be a bullish candle. Um, so I think the levels have been done from my perspective on this move to the downside. One level drop, two, three, four. Where's one, two, three, four, and five? It's been done from my perspective. So we need to go up and do some more climbing before, even if we collapse, we'll collapse up. Hopefully, we don't get something like this where the week ends like this and then you get a collapse. I don't think that probably happens here, but we have to watch it and see. I think I'm very optimistic about the price going up. Uh, 12 hours, similar old story. It's looking good. We had a bit of a small dump here. And again, I got this trend line, which obviously is from all the way. Let's bring it up here. Yeah, so it comes from the lows of the lows. That's the bottom where we started climbing up, and it cuts across like here, cuts across in between here, and it's kind of slicing through here. And we broke below it. Now we're trying to break above it. So if we can break above it, that'll be really good. Um, and this line here as well is a bit small. Let's make it bigger. This point here to that point there, if we need to break above this trend line, once you break above this trend line, confirm, that's it, you're off. If we don't break, then there's a problem because we've got here to here is downwards, and here you've got your RSI, which is this side here is higher. If I just do like this and bring this here, so the RSI is kind of slightly higher. This one here. So if I make it bigger, it's a bit of a bearish pattern, So your RSI is higher, but the price is not higher compared to that peak, and that gives you a bearish divergence. So we do have some bearish divergence on the daily chart. So we need to do some work to try and avoid that. And some also have got a head and shoulders pattern on this. So this is shoulder, shoulder, and then you've got the head here, right? So which is also a bearish pattern. But if we can overcome this point here, which I think we will, then you negate the head and shoulders, and then the bearish sentiment here also goes away. I think on probabilities we do overcome it, but we have to keep an objective view and watch it to see if it does it. If it does, then we're off, and which I think on probabilities it does, but we'll have to keep a close eye on it. So, 4 hours, if we jump down to the 4 hour time frame and see what's going on there as well. Um, so here we've done our falling here, and I've drawn the lines one, two, three, three, four, and five. So those are the five levels from 15 minutes. And this particular 200 moving average line has been a sticking point. It's been a sticking point all through the last 4 days or so, since Friday, it's been a ticking point. We go above it, we come to retest, and then we fail. We go above it, and then reject it. We go above it, reject it. This is the next attempt, right? So let's see whether he's able to get enough strength to overcome it. Once we close above it, I think that will give a lot of optimism in terms of the upside. Um, so let's see how it goes. I think on balance we do, but we've got to be objective as well. On the 1 hour chart, we do have a bullish divergence here, and we're starting to go up. I think we're gonna have this is gonna cross, so there will be a dumping on the move, but I think it continues to go up. So very optimistic here. SRSI is also climbing up, pointing upwards. RSI pointing upwards. That's all positive stuff. So lower time frame is telling me we're gonna go up. Um, you know, and even here, if you look at the pattern here in terms of this small here drops, I mean, it's still five. So you got one drop there, we got two drop here, we got three there, four, and then you get your final drop, five. So I think it's more likely that we go up rather than cascade back down. But we'll keep an eye on it. So Bitcoin for me, summary wise, I think on 15 minutes tells me all I need to know. It's going to go up to do another wave to the upside, double top here and continue going up, or it will do a double top and continue coming down. So the move to the upside is not finished for me. There's more in it. Is what I'm looking for. So that's Bitcoin. Let's look at so we can see dominance right now. You can see the dominance is climbing up, and because dominance is climbing up, the altcoins are kind of pulling back. You can see the altcoins are pulling back. TIA is pulling back. They're all pulling back. It's a ratio, right? That's what the dominance does. It weakens the altcoins. So let's look at some of the coins that obviously we are trading to see. Okay, let's have a brief look at Total 3 as well. So Total 3 um, on 15 minutes. Let me see what is happening here on 15 minutes. Okay. I think we do have some. Let me see. We do have our clear drops here. So as yeah, this whole thing here, certainly that's a good drop there. That's two, that's three, that's four, that's four here, that's five. So we've got a five drop. Maybe we come back and retest somewhere here and then keep going. So yeah, the total market cap, this one is for um the big caps, the top, I think top 15 or something like that, cryptos. And yeah, these coins also are due, I think, to go up. Looking at the levels of drops, one there, two, one here, two, three, four, and five. So it's just a pull back into the wick somewhere here, and then you continue to go up. So this is pointing up, which is good. MACD is climbing up slowly. That's good. So it's also looking good that the big caps will also move as well. And normally I think Ethereum is quite good for predicting altcoin season and stuff. So, maybe I'll add it to it as well as the review, maybe for next week. So let's look at some of the coins we're trading. As Marshall is on the line, I'm going to go first with Moondig. So Moondig, I drew these lines as the bottom, and since then it's been the bottom. It's not changed. It's come to the low and it's just going up. I don't expect us to go below 2.2, that low here. I don't expect us to go below it. Is it on 4 hours I drew this? Because it's a bit, did I draw it here? Okay, it's a bit offline. Let me see, was it here? Yeah, 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 yeah. I think here or the daily. I think I drew it on the daily. Yeah, daily. Yeah, I drew it here on the daily chart. Yeah, so that's one drop, that's two, that's three, higher, low, off you go. We're going up on this one. So I don't expect us to come back and exceed the bottoms here. I don't expect us to do that. We can come back into here, into there, somewhere around 2425. We can. It's kind of like a swipe. It can be like a swipe, and then it goes up. Similarly to like maybe here, right? You fall, you fall, you fall, you kind of have your bottom, you climb up, and then you have kind of a pullback, and then you have a swipe. So, scare everybody off, you know, or knock stop losses because most people who enter here will put their stop losses below here, you know, and that's what the market maker wants. So he just swipes them and knocks their stop losses off, and then he reverses the price up. And so we can expect to see something like that where, you get very quick swipe to the downside and off you go. I won't bank on it, but it can happen, right? But it's not going to be a disastrous move in terms of, oh, if we're going down back to the bottom. No, it will be very quick. It will be very quick. It will be in a week. It will change within a day, like this one here changed within the day. It was the same day, same day event. Um, it's what probably if we're gonna get any of those, that's more likely what's gonna be. So I expect more upside, honestly. I expect more upside. We've only just hit cycle high on the SRSI, and we're gonna stay here for a while. We're gonna stay here for a while whilst we keep going up because we've only done level one and level two now. So if I was drawing this properly now, this will be here as level two. And yes, there will be a kind of a pull down somehow, you know, there will be a pull down somewhere here. And then you continue to go maybe to the peaks here. So somewhere there like that. And then you continue the journey. So I expect maybe small pullback into here, or it could be, swipe down here. We could get that as well. Um, but I'll err on the side that we probably don't. But you should expect it. So you should expect that. So don't get too greedy, Marshall. Don't go and add more tokens to your position.
All right.
Just keep it as it is, and you'll be fine. Um, let's go and look at tier, and maybe we should start with UMA. So the UMA BTC chart, obviously is key to me. UMA BTC chart will tell us whether we're going to get more upside or not. And I'll go back to 15 minutes as these days. That's why I play. I play on 15 minutes because you get all the action quicker. You get to know whether you're going to pull down or not quicker. So we've done one, we've done two, we've done, I think this is two, and this is also two because it didn't go higher. And let me make this bigger a little bit. Let me pause this record and see if the missus is gonna pick. Uh, I think she's coming, so that's fine. Okay, so here we go. So we've done this level and this level. They seem to be the same. They seem to be the same height, but there's a dot up here. There seems to be a dot up here, which tells me that this could be higher. Um, Let me go to 4 hours and see if I can clean this up a little bit. So clean this up. Okay, so this is higher, slightly higher. One, two, and this is higher, three. and 4. Right, so we got a fourth move to the upside. Okay, so that's interesting. We go 1, 2, 3, and 4 because this is slightly higher than that. That is 3035, and this one is 3031. So, but normally level three should be much longer. So I don't think this is it. I think this is our level three because this is too short for a level three. It's equal to a level two. So I won't count this as a level rise. I think one, two, three. We've done three, and then we're gonna have four and five. So there's four and five coming. There's more upside on the BTC chart. After we've done the big fall to the downside. Um, so yeah, I would expect more upside on this. So 15 minutes, if I go back to 15 minutes as a um, example there and have a look. So that's one, that's two. I won't count this, and this is three. So, we could pull back to this point here. We could pull back here into the 200 moving average before we continue going up on the BTC chart. Because if you're looking at falls, you could say this is one, that's two, that's three. So we could come down a bit more back to this point here before we go up. So, but we'll go up some more. And 4 hours, again, is very similar. So we could come back into this point here and then continue the journey to the upside. So there could be some more downside on UMA to the as a result of the Bitcoin dominance dropping on it. And so if you look at the USDC USD pair, is the same. So we hit a peak, we come back trying to go and being rejected. So naturally, $3 is on the cards, and stochastic RSI is still trying to get to the bottom. Once it gets to the bottom, it will start to kind of turn itself up and will go up. MACD is also going down slow, slow. So I do expect some more downside. Small downside back to this point here. Let me put my line here, and then at least we can monitor that. So somewhere here in between here, price can come there. So 302. Um, bear with me 1 minute. Let me just pause this record. Okay, so yeah, so a bit more, a small pullback back to this point. Here will be fine, and then we continue the journey, go up some more. So yeah, there's a big move in here. I think we're going all the way up, and on the weekly chart, I think this point is going to be exceeded. $6, $7 will be exceeded on this. If you go to the monthly chart, you get to see it much better on the monthly chart. So you get to see that it's been falling, 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 falling here, and we're broken through this kind of triangle that I drew. So if you bring it up, it will be a triangle like that. We broke into the upside, and the initial target may be about 537, but we could push all the way above this first. So $7 to about maybe $10 on UMA. It's on the cards probably in this January. So it's looking good on the UMA chart after a small pullback. And then we've got tier. So let's look at a tier monthly chart. So monthly chart is looking like we have some kind of like a double, like a kind of a double bottom there. Not yet, but let's go to 15 minutes. I like 15 minutes. because we can pick these moves quickly and act accordingly. So, um, yeah, so here we have moved from the bottom. Okay, so here we go. This was the low. That was the low point. Making this smaller. So here is the move. So right from the top of $9. So this goes to $9. That was the $9, right? So, and from there, oh, wait on, I think I may have, let me just see. Is that it? Yeah, that was the highest point. Yeah, that's the high point. Yeah. So from there, we had an initial fall there, went up, then fell here 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So after 5, we start going up. And we've done 1 here, a 2 here, and let me see if this is 3 or not. Okay, it's gone up slightly, so we can say this is 3, you know, because here is 1, and this point is 2, and then we've done a move here to 3. So, but I think the 3 is not finished. I think there's more in there. We had cycle low on RSI. So RSI is a cycle low, and stochastic is just hit cycle high, which means we can stay here for a while, or we will just bounce back and bounce back up. Um, and in terms of a count on this move itself, that's 1 there, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4 here, and that's the last 5. So I think from here it can start going up again. It can start going up again. Let me go to 1 hour and see how it aligns there. So we had a big sell-off there. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4 actually. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe there's one more zip to the downside somewhere here to finish it off. Or you may just stop somewhere here and continue going up. So RSI is not at cycle low, it's not at the oversold region yet. And stochastic RSI is just climbing outside the oversold region. So, it needs to go back to cycle high, like this one went to cycle high. So, it's crossed above I make this bigger. So you can see this one is going slightly higher than that. So that's good. So we probably just do a small zip to the downside, then we continue going up as well. And the 4 hours is the same old story. We fell down to this point here. One move to the upside, two move to the upside, and this is supposed to be our third move. And we are not finished, in my view, because if doing an individual count on this, it's not finished. There's more to the upside after a small pullback, back to exactly the line drawn, pull back there, and then continue the journey up. So there's more moves, there's more upside on tier. After again, small pullback, it could pull all the way back to this point here as well. So 4 hours is also looking good. 12 hours looks very bullish to me because you pull back into these zones here, and then you are going to go back up some more. So it's looking very bullish on all of the metrics. You know, stochastic RSI is looking good. Our RSI, normal RSI is looking good. The MACD, yeah, the MACD is also looking good. So it keeps going up and up and up. And now we have a bit of a downturn, but it could change and start going up again. So it's looking good also here. Uh, and then let's do tier and look at tier on the normal USD pair. And when you look at it on this USD pair, it looks very bullish to me because, all that we've done so far is here. just a one move. You can only count a one move here, high there, and this is two. So now you have a two, and then you do a small pullback, and then you continue the journey to a three, and the three is going to be very long. So yeah, it's looking good on tier. Tier definitely is looking good to go up as well. So more upside. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the week we are here. $8. I won't be surprised at all. $8.86. I won't be surprised. If by the end of the week we hit that sort of milestone. And then let's go on and look at where's render? Because render has been really strong, and it's one of the coins that I regret not holding. I bought a few of those, and I should have kept them. Um, so it's been one of the strongest coins, AI coins so far. It's done its fall, and it didn't fall as much as the other coins because it went quite high. So all the levels I think have been done in terms of the falls. You had a fall there, you had another fall somewhere here, another fall here. Let's go there again. Yeah, so we had a fall there, there, here, two. We had a three there, four, and then a five. So we can see that all the levels were done. Then we did a lower high because normally when you get the bottoms, you kind of bounce away, then you come back into it, which is exactly what's happened here. And then you go up. So lower high formed, and we are on our way up. I expect this to go up some more. On the render BTC chart, it will go up some more after a small, maybe small pullback. And if you look at it from the actual render USD chart, it's looking really, really bullish, as you can see. Done our level one, this is our level two, and we need to go up to do a level three. And again, I won't be surprised if render is at these peaks by the end of the week. I won't be surprised at all. Um, Very, very possible. So it's looking good. Um, Looking good. I mean, they could swipe it back down, back to here, which is about 680 or whatever, but that would be a very quick move, quick in, quick out kind of move. Uh, Something like that. Zip it down and zip it up quickly, knock stop losses and then continue the journey up. So if you're in render, then that's something you need to take note of as well. Dot, let's look at dot. Dot looking really good from the naked eye on this chart. It's looking good. The falling has been done and we rised up. We've come back to form a lower high and we're going up. I think this goes up. It may do a small pullback into here, somewhere there, and then continue going up. So the BTC chart on dot is also looking strong. After a small pullback, it's going to go up. If you look at it from the USD pair itself, it's the same old story. You can see the same old story repeat itself here. Um, Lower point, go up, lower high, and off you go. So we've done only two level rises. There's three, there's four, there's five. So we go more room to the upside on this chart. So that one is also looking good. Let's look at Solana. Solana is one of the strong coins. Solana really did a fall. Right? It did one, two. It did quite a bit. One, two, three, four here, and five. So it's done the five on a 12-hour chart. And it's gone up, come back to do a lower high, going to do level two, pulling back in, and then continue the journey. So Solana has been one of the strong coins. I mean, anybody who bought around 182 is sitting pretty. You made a lot of money. You're already in profit, huge profit. So Solana is one of the strong coins that I'll definitely trade once I finish some of my other trades, like my tier trade. Um, it's looking really good. AVAX, AAVE, sorry, AAVE BTC. AAVE BTC is also looking, let's see, good. Let's look at it from a 15 minutes perspective because that's where I like to do my work these days. Um, then I can bring it back up to a higher level. So you've got a level drop, a level drop here, a level drop there, two, level drop to this point, three, a four, and then you go one here, five. And then a lower high, we've done one, come back, two, and this is like a three, there's a four, there's a five coming. So yeah, there's more upside. There's more upside on the AVAC BTC chart. And then the normal USD is the same old story. So, we've done we've done the level falls and now we kind of doing our rise, right? So we fall into our base, we've gone up, back into it, and now we should be going up. So AVAX, AVE, sorry, why do I keep saying AVAX? AVE is going to be looking good for more price action. I mean, it's interesting how these coins, right? This one didn't fall much at all. Like from $400, uh, 360, no, it did go to $400 actually. Sorry, I was looking at a smaller scale. Yeah, sorry. So this is one, AVE dropped $400 and it only dropped to 306. That's not too bad at all, whilst the others were falling like flies. Yeah, but it's done the levels on 50. So, say, oh, that's one level move, that's two, that's here is three, and then you go your four. So there's one missing. Let me see from the top part. Okay, there's one here. So there's one there. So one there, and then this is two, this is three, this is four, and this is five. So you go your five levels. And off the back of that, we've gone and done our level one, level two, and level three. There's four and five coming. There's more upside coming, plenty of it. So it's looking good. And I think I drew this. I don't know which time frame I drew this. Was it the 1 hour chart or I drew this? So you can see we're stuck in this thing, this kind of triangle or whatever. And wherever it breaks and confirm is where the price is going to go. So if it breaks above this and confirm, we're off. If it breaks down here and confirms, then also you're going to go down. But I think on probabilities, it goes up. There's more upside on this. So that's AVAX. SUI. SUI, SUI is so strong. I mean, the machine is working. Their marketing machine is pretty good because around 15 minutes, uh, like the drop is so tiny. It's so impressive. Like from the top, you still can count five drops, but it's just so tiny, like compared to the others. The bleeding wasn't much at all. I mean, if you say that from there to there, I mean one drop here, that's like two here, that's like a three, that's a four, and that's a five. So you still have the five drops, but it only dropped what? 4%. Wow. It's incredible, isn't it? 4% from the top. Goodness me. That's incredible. I mean, their marketing machine is really, really, really kicked into gear. It's working. So I think it's also ready to go up. It will go up. There might be a small pull back down to hit this point here, but that'll be it's so minor. Um, if I go to maybe the hourly chart, so there is some divergences on the hourly chart, which is a bit of a concern for me, but because we've gone up here, RSI is lower, then we go up again, the RSI is still lower. So maybe SUI maybe might fall a bit more because of the RSI divergences on the 1 hour chart. But let's go to the daily chart for confirmation, right? Because when you're getting these conflicting signs, you go to higher time frame. And here, the divergences were from started playing out. I think let's see which one is the highest point. That's higher. So we got a high point there. We got one here. So here is 1 point. All here is 1 point, and here is another. So we go from here to there, and the RSI is down one. Then you go up again. The RSI is still down, so that's three. That's one and two, and then here is three, right? So we go at three here as well. Um, but the candles are strong, and sometimes you can have five of them anyway. So um, there's nothing here that tells me we're going to collapse on SUI on the higher time frame. Um, if I go to the weekly chart and look at it, the week is ending very strong in a bullish three candle, three greens in a row. So, and let me see if there's any divergence. There's a bit of a divergence on the MACD. So from here, this peak to that peak, the MACD is lower, price is higher. So there's a divergence on MACD. Um, on the weekly chart, that's the highest point on the weekly chart. So there's more. There is more. We'll get more than just one peak difference. There will be probably two or three. So there's more. There's more moves to the upside on SUI. I think there's more move to the upside. So I think the altcoins are looking primed to really go bombastic. And the monthly chart on SUI, you can see that it's all of it is closing outside the KC channel. So once you close outside the KC channel, you go higher. Um, so we close high, close here, higher, higher. The only thing is volume. That's the only thing that worries me is the volume. But the month is only very young. So, it's one that can keep going up. Um, so I think, yeah, Sui looks okay. It looks okay for me. I think for more, maybe up to about $10, then you get a correction. I think $10 will hit $10. Then by then we'll have a few more divergences, and then that will give you your cue to probably short at that point. So I think we've looked at all the coins we have here. Chill guy. Let's look at Chill guy. Uh, Again, it's another one that I think goes up exponentially because it's hit its floor. Um, and I think I drew this on the daily chart. Yeah, it was on the daily chart. Yeah. So you can see here one drop, two, three, rise up, lower high, off you go. So that the drawings were perfect. Now this potentially hits that point, and then you have a small pullback down again, small pullback down, which probably gets there, and then you go for your next leg to the upside. So this one also is going to go up. Chilgai is going to go up as well after a small pullback. Um, Goat, Goat is also in the same story. One level, two, three, four, lower high, and off you go. One, two, three, four, and this should be five. Double bottom type scenario. So, and then off you go. And then you do a pullback and then off you go. So, yeah, it goes up some more. I think after a small pullback, it will go up. This pullback here will finish. Um, and it will then just rocket off. It will go up some more. So it's good. It's looking good as well. GOAT is looking good as well. After that small pullback down, I'll probably say to these tops here, the 21 EMA becomes the kind of support. But sometimes you can have a zip to the downside. You can have a zip back to somewhere here, which is still okay. And I'll be buying that if I was, in GOAT. That'll be a prime opportunity to buy as well. Um, So I think we've covered all the coins we wanted to cover. Um, so let me just uh, I was watching this on Coin Bureau. He was talking about hype. So I just okay, let me just have a look at hype and see what it is, what it's doing. I think it's a kind of like derivative decentralized trading platform or whatever. And so I looked at it, we've got like the drop there, got a drop here. That's three, a four, and a five. So this goes up, it can come back in. If I was looking for a trade on this, then I will put an order here at the bare bottoms here. I'll put another order here in the middle, and I will put one more close to the bottom here. And all these three could be filled, or we might get just one. But at least you get a very good entry on this. Um, Apparently, it's going to do really well. So we'll see whether it does. For me, I'm trading. So if I get my order here and it hits back to the tops, I sell it $33. I sell it, take my money, and then look for the next setup. Um, so that's how I'll trade this. If I was going to trade it, put these orders there and wait for them to pick me up, and then straight away sell it when it gets to $33. So we can put back to the tops, and then I'll take my profit. Assess if actually we break out. If we break out, wait for the retest, and then I'll buy again for the next leg up. So that's all the coins actually. So I hope it's good, and I wish you all the best for this week. And I'm gonna